Convene the Committee on Institutional Advancement.
Thank you, Chair Monville. On today's agenda, we have one consent item and 3 action items. The consent item is the approval of the minutes from the September 2015 meeting. If there are no objections, the meetings will be approved as submitted. The first action item on today's agenda is a facility naming request from California State University, Los Angeles. Vice Chancellor Garrett Ashley will present the request.
Thank you, Trustee Stepanek. This item will consider naming the tennis center at California State University, Los Angeles as the Rosie Casals and Pancho Gonzalez Tennis Center at the Billie Jean King Sports Complex. This naming recognizes and honors 3 individuals who inspire Cal State LA students and embody the university's focus on pushing boundaries and reaching beyond expectations. Billie Jean King, an alumna of the university, Rosie Casals, and the family of Pancho Gonzalez have worked tirelessly on behalf of students. With their assistance, the university has raised more than $2.5 million for the tennis center. The proposed tennis center will include a new building adjacent to the existing tennis courts. The first floor will include men's and women's locker rooms, administrative offices, a concessions kiosk, and an athletic training facility. The second floor will include indoor and outdoor viewing areas, the Sally Ride and Tam O'Shaughnessy Learning Center, and a full kitchen. I now turn this over to President Covino to say a few words.
Good morning. I'm very pleased to have the opportunity today to speak about one of our most distinguished and deeply involved alumni, Billie Jean King. Billie Jean King's selfless work on behalf of Cal State LA demonstrates the essence of compassion, caring, and giving back. For 18 years, the Billie Jean King and Friends Gala has helped Cal State LA transform the lives and futures of our students, raising millions of dollars for Cal State LA student athletes. Tennis star Rosie Casals has played a critical role in this endeavor. She's become a part of the Cal State LA community and an executive champion of our dedication to engagement, service, and the public good. The family of Pancho Gonzalez also shares a bond with Cal State LA. Like the university, the family is committed to helping youth realize their full, removing the obstacles that stand between them and success. The naming of the Rosie Casals and Pancho Gonzalez Tennis Center in the Billie Jean King Sports Complex not only pays tribute to these 3 outstanding individuals, it represents a collective commitment to work on behalf of our students and our community. The new center will enable the university to further serve our students and our region by promoting physical fitness, athletic skill, and learning that strengthens our bodies and sharpens our minds. Trustees, thank you for affording us this opportunity.
Thank you, President Covino. Are there any comments or questions? Not hearing one, agenda item number 1, the naming of the Rosie Casals and Pancho Gonzalez Tennis Center at the Billie Jean King Sports Complex is an action item before the Committee on Institutional Advancement. Only committee members may vote at this time. Do I have a motion to approve? Do I have a second? Great, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The Rosie Gonzalez Tennis Center at the Billie Jean King Sports Complex. President Covino, would you please escort Billie Jean King and Rosie Gonzalez to the lectern where they will be joined by Chancellor White and Chair Monville.
Yes, we're very excited. Thank you very much. Just don't take
Well, Billie Jean, we are continually grateful for your generosity towards the California State University. Your legacy as a native Long Beacher, as a Californian, as a Golden Eagle, and as a tennis champion exemplifies the excellence that we strive to instill in our students every day. And Rosie, we're deeply honored and privileged to highlight your legacy through the naming of this facility as well. your remarkable, incredible achievements, numerous Wimbledon and U.S. Open championships, to just name a few, is an inspiration to all of us and to all of California. And of course, we're honoring the life and legacy of Pablo Gonzalez, a native Angelino, a Californian, a native veteran, Navy veteran, who overcame incredible odds to become a tennis champion, and again, a true example of the sort of dedication and focus to excellence and perseverance and motivation to achieve at the highest levels things that we try and we are successful in instilling in our students every day. Billie Jean, would you like to make a few comments, please?
Good morning. Thank you, Chancellor White. I appreciate that. And to the members of the board, the CSU presidents and guests, I'd like to thank President Covino for his great work so far at Cal State LA. And also Janet Dial is with us today, who is our university advancement person, and also our athletic director, who's been very instrumental in this effort, is Dan Bridges, who are sitting over there. So I'd just like to acknowledge them, because every single person is so important and so integral to making things happen. I won't go into the naming again too much there, because you've already said it 2 or 3 times. I was going to say it. But I just want you to know that we're really interested in helping the kids, the students, and when I say kids, I mean everybody at the university, to be champions in life. That's what we're trying to do. Rosie Casals played in the public parks at the Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. Pancho Gonzalez, who had nothing, he had a 50-cent racket. He was very ostracized, and he played in the public parks in Los Angeles at Exposition Park. He's one of my heroes, and Rosie's one of my sheroes. And I'm really lucky, too, because I played in the public parks here in Long Beach. And also my brother, Randy Moffett, played in the public parks, and he went to Cal State Long Beach. I'll give you a plug. And Randy became a Major League Baseball player, played most of his years with the San Francisco Giants, just so you know some legacy there at Long Beach as well. These courts, as I've just mentioned, is going to create access. Without access, I mean, Rosie, Pancho, and I could have never had the opportunities. I got into tennis by accident. A 5th grader asked me to play. I had no idea what it was. So you just never know how these facilities are going to make a difference. I played in 5 parks. I went to a different park every day. So I know without access, you've got no chance unless you belong to a country club a lot of times in our sport. And most champions have come from the park systems, just so you know. And what this is going to do is provide for the community, the entire community. East LA always needs help, always needs access to help everyone do well. As you know, Rosie won a lot. She and I played a lot of doubles. We had a lot of fun. We won a lot. We were number 1 in the world quite a few times. And I just wanted to make sure that her legacy and Pancho's legacy, and all of us did, that it would happen. I felt like they had been forgotten. And so this is so important that we have this. I think we'll probably have NCAA tournaments there. We've got space for even more courts. We have 9 right now, which will be wonderful. Also, the Sally Ride and Tam O'Shaughnessy Learning Center. Tam, they're both doctors. The late Sally Ride, many of you know, she was a really great tennis player, by the way. She was going to try to be a pro first. Decided that really wasn't her thing. And she ended up being, as you know, most of you in the room, I hope anyway, and if the students don't know, you can Google her. She was our first American astronaut, woman astronaut. So it's very important. And Sally was a really great friend through the years and passed away from pancreatic cancer at 61 years of age, and has also started SRS, which is with science. But she was very close to Cal State LA. Her dad had been a trustee. And also Tam O'Shaughnessy's also another public park kid, Fullerton area. And both of them became doctors in science. And so that's why the Learning Center will be there. They've been very instrumental over the 18 years of coming to our gala every year and helping raise money. And Tam gave $500,000 of her own money. Pam Shriver, also a tennis player, Mary Carrillo, both of them very successful. Mary's a big shot now in television. Pam's also an announcer with different, Pam's with ESPN. Shriver won many, many titles. She's also been very instrumental. Her former husband, Dr. Joe Shapiro, was a professor at Cal State LA and passed away from cancer. And so we have a Joe Shapiro scholarship as well. Also, the university has received a $1.5 million contribution anonymously, which I'm going to try to find that out. And so I'm really proud that we have our tennis center with Rosie's and Pancho's name on it, and our learning center with Sally and Tan's name, and we're all come really from tennis, so we understand how it gives us an education, how it furthers our lives, helps us to be a team player, helps us to be leaders, helps us to know how to support people. Sometimes you're a follower, not a leader. We understand how to be nimble, and it helped us all the way through our lives, and it still helps us every single day. So you never know how you're going to touch another person's life. You just never know. And I wore Power Red today because I wanted everyone to think about the impact each and every one of us can make. And every one of us is an influencer. So I just thank you for the influence that you're providing every single day when you have these meetings. And the votes you take, they change lives. So I want to thank you. And I also want our heart to go out to Nohemi Gonzalez and her family and everyone at Cal State LA appreciates it. And of course, her last name is spelled the same way Pancho Gonzalez is. So it's ironic that this has happened, but very sorry. And our sympathy goes to her family and to everyone connected to her friends. So thank you all very much. We appreciate your vote and your confidence. So we want to make sure we serve the community. So thank you so very much for having us today. And I'm very happy. 18-year dream came true today. So thank you very much.
So come over on this side. Well, there are many whereases on this recognition of the naming that I will not read because I think Billie Jean's words were exactly the whereases. But be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the California State University that the Tennis Center at California State University, Los Angeles, be named the Rosie Casals and Pancho Gonzalez Tennis Center at the Billie Jean King Sports Complex. Squeeze out there so I can. So I can get my backhand in the picture here. No. Not very well.
At least you knew what a backhand was. Such a bad head. Forward is glare. Does Rosie's face show? I don't know. Dan and Janet, I want a photo. Thank you for allowing. Excuse us for a moment, or continue, whatever.
So it's interesting that the champions come from the public.
Think of it as rich.
Yeah, one for Rosie, one for Billie.
70% of tennis. 70% of tennis is played in public parks.
This is 1, 2, 3.
No, this is the.
Oh, that's the other one. Yeah. Okay, we'll just do Rosie and Billie. Not worry about it.
I think that was for you all to canvas.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Forward to it all. Thank you.
Rosie, this one's for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very inspirational.
Thanks. Thanks, Chancellor White.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Oh, wow. So it's like, how are we going to decide? We're going to do a tug of war.
Okay, the second action item on today's agenda is a facility naming request from California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. Vice Chancellor Garrett Ashley will present the request.
Thank you, Trustee Stepanek. This item will consider naming half of Building 80 at California State Polytechnic University, Pomona as the Donald and Carolyn Lundberg Hall dedicated by High and Sheena Park. The proposed naming of the facility recognizes alumnus Eugene Park's $1 million investment in the expansion of the Collins College of Hospitality Management. The building consists of faculty offices, a student commons, 2 group study rooms, a conference room, a student room, a break copy room, a part-time faculty office suite, and 2 graduate classrooms. The Park family's history with the college stems from Father Hyde Park's time as a student in the late 1970s. Hyde Park credits much of his success at Cal Poly Pomona and his early career to the mentorship he received from Dr. Donald Lundberg, the college's founding professor. I now turn this over to President Coley to say a few words.
Thank you, Garrett. The Collins College of Hospitality Management, one of our largest enrolled programs at Cal Poly Pomona, opened a $10 million expansion of the college that is entirely funded by donors. We would like one area of the new building to be named the Donald and Carolyn Lundberg Hall, dedicated by High and Sheena Park. As mentioned, High and Sheena Park and their family are longtime friends of Cal Poly Pomona. Both High and his children, Eugene and Eunice, are alumni. Father and son, High and Eugene, are prominent businessmen in the Inland Empire. In 2011, Eugene was a lead donor in the college expansion, pledging $1 million. The Parks Family Association with Cal Poly Pomona began in the 1970s when High was a student. He credits much of his academic and early career success to the mentorship of Dr. Donald Lundberg, a professor emeritus and founding professor of the Collins College. High's son, Eugene, graduated from Cal Poly Pomona in 2007 and Eunice in 2010. In the last decade, the family has given more than $2 million to support alumni outreach and faculty development. Eugene regularly supports our intercollegiate athletics program and has sponsored the annual Bronco Golf Classic. I applaud the entire Park family for their generosity and commitment to education. They understand the need for learning spaces that support interaction and technology and are among our finest alumni role models in business and philanthropy. Their contributions are deserving of a building bearing their name and that of a founding faculty member. I would like to thank the Board of Trustees for their consideration in recognizing the Park's commitment to Cal Poly Pomona. Trustee Stepanek.
Thank you, President Coley. Are there any questions or comments? This is agenda item number 2, the naming of Donald and Carolyn Lundberg Hall, dedicated by High and Sheena Park, is an action item before the Committee on Institutional Advancement. Only committee members may vote at this time. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. The Donald and Carolyn Lundberg Hall, dedicated by High and Sheena Park, is approved. With regrets, the donors are not able to be with us today. So the third and the final action item on today's agenda is a naming facility request from California State University, Monterey Bay. Vice Chancellor Garrett will again present the request.
Thank you, Trustee Stepanek. This item will consider naming the Business and Information Technology Building at California State University, Monterey Bay as the Joel and Dina Gambord Business and Information Technology Building. The proposed naming recognizes the $10 million gift by Joel and Dina Gambord. The gift will support 2 faculty endowed chairs, a fund for student scholarships, and an entrepreneurial fund for students. This gift will support students and faculty in the College of Business, the School of Computing and Design, the Bachelor's of Science in Nursing program, and all students with an interest in entrepreneurship. I now turn this over to President Ochoa to say a few words.
California State University at Monterey Bay is very honored by this generous gift from Joel and Dina Gambord, the largest gift ever given to our campus. Joel and Dina Gambord together have been successful in real estate development in California, applying their tenacious work ethic, entrepreneurial spirit, and strong sense of community responsibility. In this spirit, they have designated their gift to Cal State Monterey Bay to endow 2 professorships, one in Joel's name for business entrepreneurship, and the second in Dina's name for nursing. They have also provided generously to fund student scholarships. The Gambords know the importance of taking risks, of being creative and innovative. To further their vision, they have also designated support to create an entrepreneurial fund for students to help them research, build, and launch products from concept to market. We are grateful for this generous and extraordinary gift. It will have a transformative impact on our campus for many years and generations to come. This wonderful gift will help our faculty and students positively impact our community in the areas of business, entrepreneurship, and healthcare. And it advances the vision of CSUMB as an innovative university, committed to educating and inspiring future generations of local and global leaders. Joel and Dina could not be here today, but they have shared this message with us, and I quote, "We're looking where we can contribute to supporting scholarships for qualified individuals in various disciplines that our society has a significant need for. For example, we feel there is a great need for an expanded supply of trained RN and BSN nurses, as the healthcare needs in our country are expanding under Obamacare and a growing and aging population. There is also a critical need for individuals trained in information technology and especially business entrepreneurship. Young people coming along need to be taught how to start a business and make it successful. To be creative and innovative within the business community, it seems to Dina and I that our goals may fit well into the programs and curriculum presently being taught at CSUMB, and especially the work in the new Business and Information Technology building." End of quote.
Thank you, President Ochoa. Are there any comments or questions? This is agenda item number 3, the naming of the Joe and Dina Gambord Business and Information Technology Building. It's an action item before the Committee on Institutional Advancement. Only committee members may vote at this time. May I have a motion to approve?
I move the motion.
Second.
Thank you. Any additional discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The Joel and Dean Gambord Business and Information Technology Building is approved. Chair Monville, that concludes the business on the Committee of Institutional Advancement.
Thank you, Trustee Stepanek. We will take a 5-minute recess in Board of Trustees in open session at 10:30.
This is the California State University Office of the Chancellor's live stream. Please adjust your audio accordingly. This is the California